once again for the renegade master. Back 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 once again for the renegade master.
Hello my renegades, and we are back and straight into it to Love Island season 10 episode 43. All I ask you to do, if you do come across my pages and you like what I'm doing, please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification button and come on in and let's chat. Anyway, let's talk about this episode, shall we? What can I say? I think Mitch got his just desserts, don't you think? Mitch definitely got his just desserts. So when I talk, it's not going to be in any order. It's going to be as it comes up. But Mitch is still steady trying to tell Abby and finesse Abby about how he still wants to get to know her, how he still wants to be a part of her, how he's still telling Abby that, you know, his feelings aren't gone and yada, yada, yada. And as I said before, this is the two double-sided coin, devil coin, whatever you want to call it, snaky, bakey, that is Mitch. This is what this man does. He hops from here, he hops from there, from near and far. That man hops like a motherfucking grasshopper. That's all I can say, because I don't know how he managed to string along 3 girls in the way that he thinks he finesses people up in here. I suppose it's a lot harder for him in these close confines because the girls chat. You tell one thing to one person and it's like whispers. It will go all the way through the whole of the villa and then get back to the person it's meant to get back to. So I don't know where Mitch thought he was going by thinking that he could literally tell Abby one thing, then next minute, you know, he's gone to Zach and Molly to tell them that he wants Abby. That's where his heart is. Why is that? Because Abby picked Scott, and the one thing that Mitch didn't want is for Abby to be with Scott. And I'm like, my dude, now you are looking like the royal dickhead that you are. You're looking like the royal dickhead that you are. And I'm telling you, this man is going to play himself out of position with Abby and with Ella B. I've already believing that Ella B don't want Mitch anyway in the first place. She just likes someone to fucking mess around with, and that's what she's doing with Mitch. She's messing around with this man. Ella B is full on finessing Mitch, and Mitch does not realize it. I told you that girl's got the flirt down pat, and when she says what she wants, she's quite confident with it. And most guys, especially guys like Mitch, like that type of banter and like that type of chatter. But Mitch wouldn't know what to do with a girl like Ella B on the outside. Let's just put it that way. Mitch would not know what to do with a girl like Ella B on the outside. Okay. And I have to say, the way Mitch got the ick for Abby, I've kind of got the ick for Mitch, and I've kind of got the ick for Ella B, because I really don't like how she moves sometimes. And I will bring up more of that in terms of how she moves and the things that she says. I really don't like it. And as my keyword is, sometimes I think she's just full on taking the piss. So as per, we go back to Ty and Ella, and of course they chat. They're calm, they're easy, and they're back together. They give each other their little hug, and that's how they, like, you know, get over their arguments, and they're back together again. But all I'm gonna say with these two is these two need to learn how to communicate with each other properly. Well, saying that with Ty, he is actually communicating his feelings and everything like that towards her to reassure her, because he is reassuring her, and nobody can't take that away from Ty. Yes, he came in like a proper starting fuckboy. I really don't believe that he tried to flirt with Ella B at all. I do believe from when I was watching it, and this is my perception from when I was watching it, it was low level. It was completely low level. He wasn't really fully into entertaining her like we know he can entertain a girl. He wasn't doing that whatsoever, and he was shutting it down. He just didn't shut down shit quick enough. But when he said what he said to Ella B, he was not meaning it in a flirty way any way possible to ensure that she was getting mixed messages from this man, and she fucking knew it. But that's what she went with at the end of the day. Because I'm quite shocked when I'm seeing things. No one is not putting any of the blame for the argument that Ella and Ty had that night on Ella B at all, and thinking that this girl is coming and she's doing what a bombshell does. No, she in the beginning she was doing what a bombshell does, but when she did the shit that she did with OG, Ella and Ty, that was uncalled for. That was absolutely uncalled for. And then she went around and reeking and then fucking lied in Ty's face when Ty pulled her up on it. Lied in Ty's face completely. And then when Ty went back to Ella, OG Ella, to say, well, this is what she's saying, OG Ella was saying that she's a liar, which she was. She was absolutely lying, and people seem to have missed that bit completely, that this girl just sat there and lied. Anyway, enough. I shall push on. We know that OG, Ella and Ty have made up, and I hope it stays that way. So basically we see Mitch go to Ella B and literally try and tell her that, like, where he is with Abby, saying that he still wants to get to know Abby and stuff like that. And Ella B saying, well, she don't want to be in no triangle, so she's gonna give him till tomorrow, basically, to let her know where he is at the end of the day. But what they don't know is that he is, at the same time he's saying this to Ella B, he's finessing freaking Abby at the same time. And I'm telling you, this shit, as I already said, this shit is gonna come back and bite this man in his motherfucking ass, because he does not know literally how to be the bad guy in situations. And when I say to be the bad guy, I mean literally letting someone go so you can go and get to know the new person at the end of the day, because it's not fair how he's sneaky and playing each other against the other at the end of the day. Pick one or the other. You can't have both of them. That's how I'm seeing it. You can't have both of them. This is not a fucking lollipop shop. Do you know what I mean? You can't collect them all at once and pick each flavor that you want. You have to choose one, Mitch. You have to choose one. So you need to make that decision. I'll tell you something. Ella B cannot catch a break in this dressing room, can she? Ella B can't catch a break in this dressing room, because now Abby, as they woke up and they're getting ready in the morning, has told her, you need to go speak to Mitch. Now, someone telling you something like that has you automatically worried. So she's told Ella B, you need to go speak to Mitch. My thing is does Mitch not think that people talk in this freaking villa, like especially the girls, don't they think that they talk in this villa at the end of the day? But the way it's coming off now, as I already said within this episode, as you see the interactions between Abby and Ella B, they're becoming like girls. Do you know what I mean? Like Ella B saying that she's got Abby's back, and Abby saying she's got Ella B's back, and all of that. I'm thinking, where the hell has this come from? Because at the end of the day, the last bit is Ella B eggs up herself, went over to Abby and Mitch when they were talking, and said she wanted to grab Mitch because they've been talking for bare time. My girl had attitude towards Abby. Now it's a fucking turnabout, and I think the reason why it's a turnabout is because of the common denominator between them both, and that is Michelin man. That is it. It's Mitch. So as you see, it's daytime. They're all settling down, you know, sitting outside, getting all comfortable. And then you see Abby and Scott giggling and laughing. And it's at this point that I'm thinking that, you know what, you're giggling a little bit too much, Abby. And my thing is she doing that just to make Mitch jealous? Because some people can just over egg situations, and that's what Abby was doing. At the end of the day, we know you fancy Scott. We know you've managed to get another chance to kick the boot with Scott at the end of the day and couple off with him and do whatever it is that you want to do. And we know that Scott fancies you too. But as I said, she likes to play games like Mitch switches sides on his double-sided devil coin. That's what Mitch do. Mitch switches them sides like it's going out of fashion. But I swear down, he has to make a decision now, because I'm sorry, but the girls are onto him, and I think he knows that the girls are onto him. So then you see Mitch and Zach talking, basically, and Mitch is talking about like working off his emotions and this, that and the other. But my thing is he's a flip-flopper. He says one thing but does another. He needs to stop doing that shit and actually center himself and actually turn around and say, you know what, let me be the man that I am, and be straight down the line about who it is that I want, because I don't get this playing off against each other, and I also don't get this you dashed Abby away, basically told Ella B that you was gonna cut things off with Abby, and then in the next breath you're telling Abby that you don't want to lose her and you want to still get to know her and all these and yada yada yada. I'm like, nah man, you need to fix up. You need to fix up, sort your shit out and fly straight is what I'm saying. So now this is where I say the shit happened. Beside the challenge, the shit happens. The shit started here for Mitch when Abby and Ella B started talking, and I think so, I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Locken that says to Mitch, "Are you not worried about that?" And then he looks around and he sees that Abby and Ella B have gone off for a chat, and he's like, nah. And I'm like, dude, you should be worried, because girls talk. You should be worried. And I think Ella B wanted to find out why Abby had told her she needed to speak to Mitch. Now, my thing is I don't understand why she didn't go and speak to Mitch in the get-go. But I know with girls, we like to get the essence of the shit that is going on before we chat to a lad to find out what the shit they're gonna say. So this was in true essence of what was happening right now. Now, my thing is Abby's there saying, "Oh, I didn't want it to come from me." And I'm like, bitch, there I go again with the B word. I'm like, my girl, you know it was going to come from you. You know it was going to come from you. When she asked you the direct question, you could have said, nah, I can't really speak on it. But what I would do is you go and speak to Mitch first. And then if you need to come and get any clarity from me, then I'll give you that clarity willingly. But you should speak to Mitch first. She didn't do that because you knew that you wanted to tell Ella B exactly what Mitch was saying to you, so she could then act accordingly. So don't sit there and come off holier than thou and say, oh well, I didn't want it to come from me. But you told her, my love. You told her at the end of the day. And all I kept on thinking is, boy, Mitch, you was in trouble. Boy, Mitch, you better run. Boy, Mitch, run now, because you are in a whole heap of trouble. So here I go again with the challenges. When the text comes in and it's a challenges, what I always say, challenges equals fuckery. Challenges equals fuckery, because the people don't do what they're supposed to do at all. And the fuckery started because I think the challenge was you kiss, you marry, or you pie, basically any one of the people standing up there. Molly point blank already put down her boundaries and said that she was not kissing anybody. Zach kind of did not do that, because in Zach's befuddled brain, he thought if he kissed somebody else, then the marriage thing would look better for Molly, because that's the person he wants to kind of settle down with in that sense. But as it's been talked about and as it's been known, it's a general consensus of those in the villa that when it comes to this specific game, it's the person that you're coupled up with that you are supposed to kiss, because the marriage and the pie thing don't mean nothing to anybody else up in there. It's the kiss bits. So tell me for why Zach thought it would be a good idea to kiss Katie. Thought it would be a good idea to kiss Katie. But the fucked up thing is that it made it even worse when it was Katie's turn and she kissed Zach, and everybody was like, what the fuck? And the thing of it is this weren't no little kissy kiss. This was a long kiss between the both of them, and you could tell that they both enjoyed it, and there was still that little spark between them. Oh, Molly was breezed up to 100. She was het up. She was proper het up. So the reason now, I'll come to the reason why I believe Wit them pied Zach. Wit pied Zach due to the fact of, if you get with the kiss and this, that and the other, due to the fact that she believed that he picked Molly for an easy go round. It was an easy way out. Where in actuality, he probably still wanted to be open enough to get to know Katie. That's what he wanted to do. Because don't forget, when he was with Molly, it was early stages still with them. Katie came in, took Zach, pushed Molly out the door. So that kind of been whipped away. So then he decided to put himself into Katie and getting to know her and actually like bits about Katie to get to know her enough. Then he tried to kiss her and she said, nah, 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 pushed him back. And he liked that. He liked that. Then they didn't spend more than enough time with each other before she was whipped off to Casa Amor. Then you had the fucked up thing of the producers putting Molly back into the situation. So then that opened up another scenario for Zach at the end of the day. So now it's come to the point where the expectation was he would get with Molly, but the expectation I think from Molly was that would be it. You would shut yourself off to me because that's what Molly wanted and that's what he's followed through with. But I still think there was a little bit, probably a little bit, or even more than a little bit, probably a wide boundary that he still wanted to get to know Katie, and I think there was still something in it between them, because that kiss told me everything I needed to know. Told me everything I needed to know. And now I kind of think to myself, so okay, were them two making eyes at each other? Like, did they say anything to each other, or was this just like a point of Zach going and kissing Katie to tell her that, you know what, he's still the door is still kind of open for him and he's opening that door and still interested. And then Katie took it to go kiss him to say, look, I'm getting what you're putting down, basically. Like, she took that message and was like, here you go, I'm with it too. I'm with the fox too. At the end of the day, if you want to go there, we'll go there. But you know, we just know that we'll be hurting certain people when we do. But that's the view that I got of it. I think genuinely he probably flubbed up and didn't realize the context of the challenge itself and what he should have done. But it's also very telling that he went and kissed Katie, knowing full well that Molly is very threatened by Katie. This old brain works all right sometimes, you know. It really does. It really does. But then you've also got as well the flip side where Uzi felt that he got a little bit mugged off by Katie, and not just, it weren't by the kiss at all. It was in regards to what she said afterwards in regards to kissing Zach and what that felt like for her, because she'd, like, you know, kissed him before and was coupled off with him before, and really it was those memories that have come back from kissing him, because she liked kissing him, basically. That's the ends of what she said, that she liked kissing him because of when they were coupled off before, and it kind of, Uzi felt a little bit mugged off. So they had their chat and she spoke to them. But I would say give props to Molly in terms of after that challenge. Yeah, friggin', what's his name, Mitch got pied to hell and back, like to hell and back, and he knew from that stage, oh fuck, I'm in trouble, because no one fucking kissed him, no one married him, they all just motherfucking pied the hell out of that boy. And I'm like, yeah, you reap what you sow, my love, you reap what you sow. But anyway, going on to Molly, she basically was quite mature in the way she went about it at first. I would say at first she was quite mature in the way she went about it, in terms of pulling Katie, and in terms of pulling Wheat in regards to the challenge, wanting to speak to Katie about why she kissed Zach, and asking the questions that she really wanted to know, like, if Zach basically wanted to get to know you, would you be open to that, and things like that. And she was honest with her, and she said yes, that she still fancies Zach, and she's being open and honest that if the opportunity presented itself, then she isn't going to shy away from that, basically. So she was open and honest in regards to that to Molly, and Whit was open in regards to why she pied Zach, because she felt that Zach, and I have to agree with Whit on this one, that she felt that Zach took the easy option when it came to Molly. I believe that there's a duality to it, where Zach still hasn't got that closure from Katie that he was probably seeking or wasn't seeking, and I think he still wanted to get to know her. But as premises have it, because he coupled off with Molly, and Molly has a certain expectation in regards to him in terms of why she came back in, it would have been very difficult for him to then try and get to know Katie. So he literally had to kind of close that off. So then it pulls into, So that's why I'm thinking he wasn't too happy when Katie did the congratulations on him and Molly being closed off. Not just because they hadn't told no one, but I believe because of the fact that it came from Katie. And basically, he still wants to get to know Katie in that sense, but can't because he is stuck in the situation that he's stuck in. But literally, I can go through all of this with the freaking what are the called with the what's it called again? Conspiracy theories. That's the one, with the conspiracy theories of X, Y, and Z. But as I said, those are just my thoughts. But you just like let me know what you think. But that's the essence of what I'm thinking right now in regards to the situation with Zach. So now we get back to the crux of it, where Ella B and Mitch are talking, and basically Ella B is drawing him up on his behaviour and what he's been doing and saying with Abby, which I do rate her for, because at the end of the day, don't let no man make you into no puppy show at the end of the day, because that could not go on. This man could not be making you look like a hella stupid on freaking TV. So I am glad that she pulled it up. And I understand where Zach is coming from on that, but I also understand where Molly's coming from. So I understand the both points in regards to him saying that he had a little brain fart and thinking that the marriage aspect of it would hold more meaning to Molly than him kissing Katie. He didn't realize that it would cause an issue. So when them two go and talk, the argument really is about the fact that Molly's telling him why if he kissed anybody else it wouldn't have been a problem, but it's the fact that he kissed Katie that's the issue. It's the fact he kissed Katie and the issues surrounding that. And I think Molly's insecurities when it comes to Katie and the fact that she knew that Zach was very much interested in Katie before she came back in the villa. So Zach is there denying the fact that he wanted to kiss Katie. It was just a thing, he wanted to kiss her, or it was just he tried to play it off like it was just a challenge and he kissed her before, that's why he kissed her. And I'm like, no Zach, not do that. Don't do that, my boy. Don't do that, my boy. Because you know full well you kissed Katie because you wanted to kiss Katie at the end of the day. Even when Molly said to you, okay, then if that's the case, why didn't you kiss any of the other girls? Because I didn't want to. So that means you wanted to kiss Katie, did you not? And you see Molly walk off, go over to the girls. Now, I'm sorry, as I keep saying, stop listening to the advice of some of these people in the villa. Stop it, because they don't always give you good advice. I mean, Jess does, Wit does, to be fair, and kind of so does Ella. They get the feel of what's going on and they'll have a chatter and a natter and stuff like that. So then you see Zach come over and said, can we talk? I don't want these girls filling your head full of guff, full of rubbish, basically. And OG Ella took offense to that at the end of the day, which I understand why she would take offense to that. But within that chatter, these girls were talking about Katie like she was nothing, and poor Katie was sitting on the end of that bench listening to that conversation and listening to them talk about her like she was nothing. And I'm just like, wow. Like, absolutely, did you not forget that fucking Katie's there, or was she gone and disappeared like Scotch mist? Whew, it was a lot. Then you see that Abby goes over to apologize. Well, Mitch, I should say, goes over to apologizes to Abby. Abby doesn't really care. She doesn't want to know. She's moved on, and she's told Mitch she's moved on, that this situation between her and him is completely done. And then she gets up and walks off, basically. You get Uzi speaking to Katie, basically saying that he felt mugged off. The fact that she turned around and said that she enjoyed the kiss with Zach, and Katie does apologise to him and say it wasn't that in that situation, it was only because of the fact that we'd been coupled off before and I did enjoy kissing him previously. Still the wrong thing to say, I think. Still the wrong thing to say. Sometimes I think, you see these thoughts that you like spray out your mouth, they should be inside thoughts. You should keep them inside your head. Keep them locked up. Don't let them out into the outside world, because they ain't going to be taken very well by the person that you're speaking to at the end of the day. Also, she also told Uzi that she doesn't want to get to know Zach and I. But isn't that the opposite of what you just told Molly? That's totally the opposite of what you just told Molly, because you just told Molly asked you if he opened up and said that he wanted to get to know you, or wanted to talk to you, would that be something that you would be open to? And you point blank said to her that you'd be honest, and you said yes, it would be, because at the end of the day, you ain't gonna lie that you still fancy Zach. So why are you now telling Uzi that you don't want to get to know him now? Is it KD? We'll see how all of this plays out. We'll see how all of this plays out. Anyway, that is where I am going to leave it, my renegades, and everybody else who was joined in and spoken with me and either watched my videos, came in, said anything in the comments. I appreciate you all. As I always say, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, and please like, comment, share, whatever it is that you do. And I'll see you back here again. Peace out.